Back here on Spotlight, it is a week of returns in golf. Brooks Koepka returning to the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour returning to CBS and Paramount Plus. We've got the Farmers Insurance Open this weekend. Koepka playing his first regular season tour event in almost 4 years. He said he didn't regret joining LIV back in 2022, but explained why he decided now was the time for a return.
Just my family. A lot's gone on over the past 5-6 months with my family, and that played a big role in it coming back. And then just having conversations with my wife, my team, and being able to make that decision to come back was I guess it was tough conversations, but it was what was best for me and best for my family. And I think that was a decision that my wife, myself, everybody, my team, thought that was best as well.
All right, so we'll see him return on Thursday as we get ready to get some bold predictions from Patrick McDonald. Koepka's first PGA Tour event in almost 4 years, his first season in 4 years. Let's start with the tournament this week, though. He's a guy who he has had some success at Torrey Pines, but not at the Farmers Insurance Open. He's been a little bit rocky. What's your bold prediction for this week?
Yeah, I think it's unfortunately going to be a short week for Brooks Koepka at the Farmers Insurance Open. Like you mentioned, he has that one start at the U.S. Open in 2021 where he played quite well, but as for the Farmers, it's been miscut, a finish outside the top 40. And this, Chris, is just not a comfortable place to return to competitive golf. It's a really difficult golf course. Koepka, remember, Florida guy. He's done most of his damage on the East Coast. The form fell off in 24. It fell off in 25. And unfortunately, I think he's only going to get 36 holes under his belt this week.
Okay, well, hopefully he makes the weekend. We'd love to see him on CBS and Paramount Plus, so hopefully your bold prediction doesn't come true there. But if it does, that's one missed cut. His last season on tour, he had the most missed cuts of any season, 7. How many do you see for him this season where he has to play at least 15 events?
I think it's going to come in at 5. And you bring up that last full season on the PGA Tour. It's important to remember the last time Brooks Koepka was a PGA Tour player, he was not 100%. He was going through a lot of the knee injuries. That's one of the reasons why he did decide to go to LIV Golf and get that guaranteed money. But Brooks Koepka is going to be playing a schedule that he's not used to. He's not in the signature events. He's not playing at some of those comfortable spots like the Travelers Championship, which he really likes. He's going to have to go to new spots, potentially a John Deere Classic late in the summer or perhaps a 3M Open. So unfortunately for Koepka, I think we're going to see a lot of volatility, a lot of good starts and a lot of bad ones, resulting in 5 missed cuts by year's end.
Last year, 2025, the first full year that Koepka went without winning a tournament since that injury-riddled season back in 2020, the COVID year. Do you think he gets one this season?
I do. I think there's a number of factors going his direction. One, he's still a very good player. We're not too far removed from that 2023 PGA Championship. He found a little bit of form there on the DP World Tour to end 2025, finished inside the top 5 at the French Open. And he's also not going against the best players on the PGA Tour. Scottie Scheffler is going to be playing the signature events. Rory McIlroy is going to be playing the signature events. That leaves Koepka in these full field events where if he plays to his best, he's going to be able to win those events, I believe, handedly. And then he does still have some happy hunting grounds. His second start this season is going to come at the Phoenix Open. He's won there twice. He's played great at PGA National throughout his career. He's a local kid there. I expect him to play well there. So I think because of all those factors combining, I do expect Koepka to return to the winner's circle this year.
And he is returning to one of the sites of a major championship that he won. What's your bold prediction for majors this season?
I think he contends at the U.S. Open, the U.S. Open specifically. Koepka's the type of guy you can trust to manage a major championship. He knows how to manage not only the golf course, but kind of the cadence and the flow of a tournament, realizing an even par opening round isn't going to leave him too far behind. And you look specifically in the state of New York, the guy has won major championship after major championship. Oak Hill in 2023, Bethpage Black in 19 as well, and of course at Shinnecock Hills where the U.S. Open returns this summer in 2018. And even in 2025, amid a really poor run of form for Koepka, one of his best starts the U.S. Open at Oakmont, finishing T12 there. So Koepka understands U.S. Open golf, and I understand that he's going to be playing well that week too.
It's just crazy how much better he tends to be in major championships compared to regular events. I mean, he's talked about it over the years. He's not shy about how he puts more into that, and mentally he feels like he's better than half the field every time he goes into these things. Do you sense that he will have any kind of a change in mental philosophy now that he's back on tour and kind of working his way up from the bottom?
You know, I do a little bit, because I think Koepka wants to prove to himself that this was the correct decision and prove to the PGA Tour it was the correct decision, right? Good golf is going to take care of everything for Brooks Koepka. It's going to put him in signature events, put him against Rory McIlroy, against Scottie Scheffler, which a competitor like him wants to do. If he doesn't put that same type of effort into the regular PGA Tour events, he's not going to have that opportunity.
I mentioned how he's working his way up from the bottom. 255th in the official world golf rankings right now, but a chance to start moving up this week. Of course, he didn't have that opportunity at LIV to work up those rankings other than major championships. How high do you see him climbing this season?
I think he can get back to a top 25 player in the world. And you mentioned a good point, right? LIV Golf, you don't get any OWGR points. Their application's going under review right now. But you look at maybe a case study like Patrick Reed, who's starting to play in a lot more OWGR sanctioned events. He just won on the DP World Tour last week, and he climbed all the way up to world number 29. Go back to 2023 when Brooks did win the PGA Championship. Obviously, that comes with a ton of OWGR points. He climbed just outside the top 10 in the world. So if I expect Brooks to contend in a major championship, I expect him to win on the PGA Tour. I expect him to climb close to that top 25 in the OWGR. And another kicker there is, if you're inside the top 30 in the official world golf rankings, you also get into the signature events. So that's another avenue Koepka could qualify for those big-time tournaments.
Not a Ryder Cup year. We've seen him in the Ryder Cup a lot. We've only seen him in the President's Cup once. What do you think his future is this season for Team USA?
I don't think he'll make it on his own play, but I expect him to be on the team. I think Captain Brant Snedeker is going to pick him. I think he's going to play well enough to warrant a selection. And you go back to the last team there at Royal Montreal, a ton of turnover. Sahith Theegala, Max Homa, Wyndham Clark, Keegan Bradley, Tony Finau, Brian Harman. A lot of question marks. That's more than half of this team that the U.S. is going to have to replace compared to the last President's Cup. Brooks Koepka is well-liked in the locker room. He didn't really burn any bridges among his peers. He was obviously on that 2023 Ryder Cup team as well with a lot of those players. So I think he has both the personality side figured out, and I think he's going to figure out the game too.
Since you're making bold predictions, how about a bold prediction for the next LIV player to come over here and have this kind of return on the PGA Tour?
I already mentioned him. I think it's going to be Patrick Reed. I think Patrick Reed is going to be back on the PGA Tour in 2027. He said as much that he's targeting it after his win in Dubai. In a weird avenue for these guys to get status on the PGA Tour is the top 10 on the race to Dubai, the top 10 on the DP World Tour. And he just won on the DP World Tour. He's number 2 right now. So if he keeps up that level, he has a potential to earn a full-time PGA Tour card. And if I'm PGA Tour CEO Brian Rolapp, I want someone like Reed on the PGA Tour. People will watch him, whether it's a hate watch or to root for him. You need those type of personalities in golf. I think the PGA Tour is lacking them a little bit, and someone like Reed brings fire. And so I'm hoping, I am a huge P. Reed fan, that he's back on the tour in 27.
I am too. It's good to have Brooks Koepka back this week. We'll see him on Thursday and Friday at least. We'll see about the weekend. Patrick, not so sure that that's going to happen. We'll have the coverage on CBS and Paramount Plus Saturday and Sunday beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Others in the field, including Tony Finau. We've got Jason Day, Xander Schauffele, and Ludwig Oberg as well.